Hi, my name is Derek Su, Executive Coding Officer for KITE, and welcome back to the free KITE Python course. Here on KITE, we're on a mission to spread knowledge of new technologies across the world. Today, we're going to introduce a new topic called regular expressions. So far, we've been analyzing strings and files using the split and find functions, but this could end up being quite tedious, especially when the strings are longer and more complex. But thankfully, there's a Python module called regular expressions. And regular expressions is a tool that allows us to complete tasks related to strings more elegantly and efficiently. And how they basically work is that it helps find and extract patterns in the text. It is a very complex tool, and there's even whole books dedicated to teaching regular expressions. So today, we're only going to learn the bare basics of it. So in order to use regular expressions, we must first import it by doing import re. You can ignore the second line. It's basically just opening a text file, but we'll use our own text in the examples. Right now in this lesson, we're going to focus on the search function of the re module. So if we look at this example, and let's ignore these three lines because all that's doing is extracting the text from this file. So if we focus on these last two lines, basically what this is doing is that it's calling the search function of re, and it's telling the function to search for this phrase in this string variable. And if this phrase does exist, then it'll return true and then print this line. And right now, this doesn't show the complexity of regular expressions, as we can simply use the find method instead. But that will come later when we introduce special characters, which act as kind of operations when searching for text patterns. So let's look at the search function in a text editor. First, I'm going to import re, and then next I'll create a variable with some text. So I'm just going to create a variable txt equals hello world. And now I'm going to call the search function, and I'm going to search for the word hello in the variable txt. And I'm going to print out the return value. So since the word hello is in txt, when I run this, it's going to print this statement, which basically means that there has been a match, like it found a match with hello, and that match occurs from index 0 to 5. And note that if we change this up to something else, like by, it will say that there is no match. We can also use the return value of search as a boolean. So if you were to change this back to hello, we could say that if we search this variable txt and we find hello, I'm going to print out txt. So in this case, since hello is in this variable txt, it will print hello world as a result. Now let's look at our first special character, which is the caret symbol. And what this caret operation does is that if you add it before the string in the search function, it will only return true if the text begins with that string. So in this example, if we're searching the word from in this variable, putting this caret means that it will only return true if this variable begins with the string from. So let's look at this in the text editor. I've already imported re, and I've also kept the text variable. So let's search for the word hello in txt once again, but this time let's add a caret symbol before the word hello. And I'll also print out the text if the search function returns true. So this will print out the return value of search, and this will print out the text if it is true. So if we run this now, this will be a true because the txt variable begins with the word hello. So if we run this, you can see that there's a match and that it prints the hello world. But if we were to reverse the order of the words in this variable, the word hello no longer begins the string. And this caret is saying that this phrase must be at the beginning. So now it's going to say that there's no match. If you want to look at all the possible special characters slash operations and regular expressions, you're welcome to visit this link, which shows them all. But moving on, we're going to move on to the next special character, which is the period. And the period can be considered a placeholder symbol. So if we were to look at this example, this search function will return true if at the beginning of this string, due to the caret symbol, it starts with capital F, something something M colon, and any two characters can fill the space of these periods. So in this case, any line starting with from, for example, FXXM, F81M, etc. So any two characters between the F and the M will return true. So let's look at this in the text editor. Here I've kept the same example from last time, but now let's add on to it and implement the period symbol. So let's say I want to search if the text begins with, due to the caret symbol, capital H, two something characters, and LO. And I'll do that here as well. And in this case, this will still return true because the two something characters in the variable are EL. So it begins with capital H, has two something characters, which could be anything, and then LO. So if we were to run this, this would be a match, and it will print the phrase "Hello World." And note that if we were to add an additional character, like another L, this would no longer work because the regular expression only allows two something characters, while now there are three between the H and the LO. So if we were to run this, this will no longer say there's a match. So to fix this, we would have to add an additional period in the regular expression to say now there are three something characters. So if we were to run this, now it would match once again. And we can also, if we remove the caret symbol, the phrase no longer has to be in the beginning. So if we were to type some jargon like dear thee, since this phrase is still somewhere in the text, the H something 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 LO is right here. This will still be a match. Let's look at one more text pattern in regular expressions that involves the asterisk or the plus sign. In this case, either can be used in conjunction with the period. And this indicates that there can be any number of placeholder characters. So if we look at this example, it will search in this variable line to see if it starts with, due to the caret, from, colon, and then any number of placeholder characters due to the period plus, and then ending with the @ symbol. So if we were to look at this string, there would be a match here starting with the from, and then this collection of characters, and ending with the @ symbol. Similarly, this one is also a match starting with the from, but now instead this collection of characters and ending with this @ sign. And when the function has multiple @ signs to choose from, due to the period plus, it will consider the last @ sign and consider these two as placeholder characters. So let's look at this in the text editor. So here I have the original Hello World text, and this time we're going to search for to see if the variable has the string O and then any number of characters and then ending with O. And in this case, there would be a match because there's an O here, and then some number of characters, and then another O ending here. So if we run this, you'll see that's what the match is. And you can also see that if we add additional characters, that there will still be a match because the period plus says that there can be any number of characters between the two O's. And if we add additional O's, the way that it will choose which O to end the match on is that it will take the last O and consider the other O's as part of the period plus placeholder characters. Thank you for listening to today's Python lecture about regular expressions. If you have any questions, join our Discord server linked below. There you have complete access to forums where KITE representatives can answer questions about concerns or confusions on exercises. Also make sure to follow our new Instagram and Facebook accounts for KITE updates. Have a great day.